Hello, Wisdom. How are we? I hope you all are well right now, wherever you are. Thought I'll do a bit of a late night podcast here on this fantastic platform that we're on at the moment. Yes, and right now I'm all the way in Sydney, Australia. At the moment hosting the Stephen Shills radio show, as I do, and I love doing it. Right now the weather is 9 degrees Celsius, precipitation 1%, humidity 66%, wind 11 kilometers an hour, and it's going to be a low of 7 degrees as well. So nice and cold, nice and chilly. You know, nice and cold, the way I like it. Cold weather is the best for success at the end of the day. You know, what do we do? Is all I can ask. What do we do? Anyway, so I felt, you know, when we hear about mass media and technology companies, you know, shadow banning content creators, you get to wonder, well, these, you know, evil bastards who have power in these technology companies are doing this on purpose. It took me a while to actually realize that someone like myself, who's, you know, living with disability and being shadow banned and discriminated against, you start to wonder, well, what's going on in this life and in this world? Hello, Malcolm.
With the limited time that I have here to speak with you, I'll tell you exactly what's going on. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that. But this might be the day that Malcolm gets shadow banned on Wisdom. I laugh at it at this point because, you know, it's sad these tech companies are trying to censor these creators for talking about things that they find unpleasant. And it's like, it's funny because these tech companies, they update their guidelines consistently. Once they see something that goes down, they're like, oh, we must update our guidelines so we can ensure that we're in accordance with, you know, section 5, page B. Like, what? You're just making up stuff at this point. You're creating more problems. You know what I do? You know who I blame? I blame the Democrats. No, I'm kidding. Boy, oh boy. And I'm not supposed to have a political opinion because of my job, but I will say,
it's all good.
It's important that we have the power of discernment, folks. You know, go on Truth Social. Oh shit, Steve, I forgot to send you that, by the way. Hold on, let me send that to you right now.
How is Truth Social? How's your review of Truth Social, Malcolm?
Truth Social to me is very there's not a lot of content creators on Truth Social at this current moment, except for people like Donald Trump and a few of his guys. But for the most part, you know, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I mean, you know, you see a lot of trending stuff. Like, for instance, like the Dogs of Truth. This is a really interesting page. It's called the Dogs of Truth, and what they
Yeah.
talk about on the Dogs of Truth is basically it's all pet owners, and they talk about building and supporting animal loving community, and they show the harsh realities of what it is that these dogs go through. Truth
Mm,
Social allows people to be to speak about the things that on other platforms would probably be censored or
mm.
deemed as sensitive
Send
stuff.
it to me. I don't know if it's available in Australia yet. How's the app? Is it good? Any
I
bugs
enjoy
in
the
it?
user interface. No, the user interface is quite intuitive. It's very simple. You can tell when you see, right,
Hmm.
and you see also you can see it's like in my personal opinion, it's like a repolished version of Twitter.
Cool. What about algorithm? Are you getting followers? Any traffic?
Oh, well, I don't follow anybody, and I mean, I don't follow anybody really. I just browse through. So I,
Yeah.
I would only I would only imagine that over time, as you post or do some what they call a truth, or
Hmm.
post a truth, then
Yeah.
I would gain some steam on the followings.
Yeah. Let
But
me know because, as you know, I tried one called Mastodon, but they kicked me off for some reason, which was not cool. I was pretty upset, but I have to move on because I like to get on Truth Social.
let me see if I can share something with you.
Yeah,
Let's
because
see.
it's
Okay. I'm gonna send something from that Donald Trump posted because that's the most. He's the most. I think he's the most followed profile on this platform because this is his platform.
you have an option to unfollow him, do you?
Stephen Shields. Let me
You
see
just click
here.
the unfollow button on Donald Trump.
The unfollow. No, it's not like you automatically follow him when you make when you make a profile. It's just um his tweets are the most liked on the platform. So of course the algorithms will show the most popular tweets on the platform.
Yeah, I've just opened it. I can't. It's not available in Australia. Can't
Did you
get
get
it.
it?
Yeah, I got your message. I just can't open Truth Social here for some reason.
That's a darn
Bugger.
shame, man.
No, but as long as you're enjoying it and keep me updated
Yeah, I can
because
definitely keep you updated, man, for sure. Yeah, that's not gonna be a problem at all. So I also believe that I'm shadow banned, on this
what's
platform,
happened with
maybe.
you? Why? What'd they do to you?
Dude, look at my talks. Like, I was trying to save a few talks on this platform, and maybe Dial's team is listening right now. Hopefully, they're listening. Okay, and if you guys are listening, listen to this. I tried to save a few talks and download them to send them to the people that I interviewed on the show or on
Yeah,
topics with Mac, and the show basically states like how it'll pop up, the little analytics will show at the end, like who list or how many hours or time or minutes listened, and how many people followed you, or perhaps you know like all it basically shows you all your analytics after you do a show, right? And
yeah,
for me, most recently, it shows me like 0 minutes per show. Like how is that even possible? How am I getting 0 minutes of watch time per show when I'll have people that will engage with me on the show? And then on top of that, I'll have speakers on the show as well. Like,
yeah.
it doesn't make
Did you
sense. And then
set
on top of that, I can't download the show either. So when I try to go to download, it will basically say, oops. Like, what do you mean, oops? I tried to download.
send customer support an email because I did a show and I didn't get any mentor coins, so I sent the support team an email. So what happened?
Did they resolve the issue?
It's strange that yeah they resolved it, but I can see you got a huge following on here. You got more followers than me.
I know, right? Isn't that a shame? This hurts. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to freak out. I wish I really cared about social media as much. Well, let me be careful. Let me speak very delicately because there are some delicate ears in the audience.
Hmm.
I will say my time on social media is very limited. And I say that simply
Yeah.
because I don't really spend that much, or at least lately, I haven't been spending that much time mesmerized by social media. I enjoy getting out, being active, going to parties, going to events, making memories that I'll end up inevitably regretting. You know, stuff like that. And instead of
Yeah.
trying to create them on social media with every time I go somewhere, like I cannot tell you, the friends that I hang out with, they always have their phone out and they're recording a Snapchat. And I just think to myself, you know, are they really having fun? Or are they trying to show people that they're having fun? It's a really
Well,
interesting
that's
form of psychology. Like, are they really enjoying themselves, or are they doing this at the expense of trying to show people that they actually have a life? Like, people to me that actually have lives are the ones that I come up to and I speak with, and they're like, "Well, I don't have an Instagram." Those are the people that I jive with. People that are not
yeah.
sucked into social media. But holy
Well, that's
crap! I just read some CBI data, market economic data. CPI is 8.6%. Oof, that is terrible. Sorry,
yeah.
go
What's
ahead.
going on in the economy lately? I've been hearing real estate's going up in price. Has it or hasn't it? I was listening to the Ramsey show today. He talks about finances.
Yeah, so real estate is going up in price, more specifically mortgage rates. So you have the mortgage rates that are increasing because of interest rates rising at an inflationary environment, and with this case means, at least for the average consumer, is that inevitably, or they could eventually default on their loans, or perhaps default on their mortgage, or any kind of form of credit, or anything that consists of having an APY or an AP, no, not an APY, but an APR. So anything that you're financing because of an inflationary environment and you're paying at a fixed rate, or if you're paying for leases, or lease property, or you're leasing a property, you might notice that
Yeah,
your rates are going to increase stagnant,
yeah,
increase steadily. So that's creating a lot of tension, and now you have a lot of consumers that are either rushing to sell, which in this case means that because they know that the property they possess will eventually decrease in value, they're trying to get it off of their hands. Like, shit, I don't want this. I got to get rid of this. Like, I can't have this property. It's going to be worth 30% less in a matter of 6 months. Why would I do that? So the
yeah,
richer people are getting rid of their properties or selling their real estate, and that's creating a lot of inventory for these real estate companies. And because they'll have a lot of real estate, that's going to create a lot of stagnation. They're going to have so much inventory that they're not going to know what to do with, because people are not going to be wanting to buy houses. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous now. Who wants to buy a house and to pay a ridiculous interest rate? Not me. I don't care
Elon,
how much money I have.
Elon Musk will buy whatever he wants.
Well, we're not Elon Musk, and the point here is that, and Elon Musk doesn't even have a house. Like, this guy's the smartest guy in the world. Like, he knows what's going on. He just hops from house to house.
You know, the Twitter buyout is just it's just playing political football with Elon Musk.
Elon Musk
Um,
got cold hands. I think you and I both know he got cold hands, and he doesn't want Twitter anymore. He either
oh,
it's that's what yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but it seems like the guy doesn't want Twitter anymore, and I don't blame him, because like, if you're not being transparent about the bots, if you're not being transparent about your business practices, and they say that, the Twitter CEO he says that he's being quote unquote very compliant and willing to offer anything in regards to business practice. Bull crap. The dude's giving him limited information, and on top of that, he's not vouching, he's not vetting him either. It seems like there's a little bit of animosity between the Twitter owner and Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, at this point, my personal opinion, I feel as though I don't blame him for his reluctance in wanting to buy Twitter. But if he backs out of the deal, I mean, it's gonna ruin Twitter for at least a few financial fiscal quarters for sure.
well, if he backs out of the deal, doesn't he have to pay a fee or something? I don't
Yeah,
know.
he has to pay $1 billion fee. Yes.
Why is
which
that?
is which is which is only because in the midst of a business negotiation, especially when both parties have already initially agreed per the contract and legalities, and as far as banks are concerned, there are stipulations involved with these kind of negotiations. And unfortunately, if you decide to no longer and I think it's with big cap companies, like big market cap companies like Twitter,
Yeah.
you have to eventually pay a fee for the inconvenience. And I think that goes to the bank. I don't think that goes to either party.
Well, I mean, look. I don't know from a legal point of view. I'm sure he's had lawyers been signing paperwork for this buyout. I think the CEO of Twitter's just playing the delaying game and just playing the delay tactic.
Yeah, yeah. The longer he delays, the worse his company performs on the market. But it is what it is.
I look. I really want Elon Musk to buy Twitter out and make Twitter better again. I hope he does.
I also hope he does. One can have wishful thinking in this kind of
Mm.
environment, but that's
I
all
mean,
that will remain is wishful thinking.
he's clearly a millionaire. He could buy out anything he wants. YouTube,
Who?
Netflix, Elon Musk.
He's a billionaire. Yeah, he could buy anything he wants. I mean, he could solve world hunger if he wanted to. But yeah,
So, but that's what happening, and then Twitter's threatening to sue Elon Musk.
that's not going to go so well for the company.
Yeah. Other than that, did you hear about the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp trial?
Yes, Johnny successfully won his verdict.
Now, from Amber Heard's financial situation, how is she going to pay back the money in
Oh,
compensation to Johnny
is she
Depp?
in debt?
Could be, I don't know.
What did you hear about Amber Heard's financial situation?
She's got to
Because I
pay
wasn't
like
really.
15 million back to
Oh, I
Johnny
heard
Depp
that. I just didn't know.
compensation.
She's got to pay Johnny Depp back, and on top of that,
Yeah.
she's got to forfeit the resources that she quote unquote pledged to give to those the nonprofits that she said she would pledge to, which in this case amounted to, I believe, up to what, $7 million, which she hasn't
Oh
forfeited.
my god. And
Oh
you know
yeah,
what? Amber Heard dated Elon Musk.
I did not know that.
Elon Musk was going to marry Amber Heard.
Ooh, so he dodged a bullet with that one. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. But why, like, why would someone like Amber Heard get so greedy, go to the Chicago Tribune and put Johnny Depp's character down for 3 years and then cry in court like she's a victim?
Because she was out of options when the world didn't want to believe her.
You know, she's a successful actor. She's made a lot of money, and yet she wants. I don't know, Malcolm.
Well, we'll tiptoe around the word successful. She did decent work. Well, she worked. She's an actress. We'll leave it there. And her work is not indicative or indicative of who she is as a person, as displayed in the court case. So, with that being the case, I only surmise that she will not have much more work after this court case. And there are they are the court is potentially considering filing for litigation against her for perjury, because she did lie several times in court. And all she had to do was put her pride aside and tell the truth about the things. Like, clearly, she was the one that posted that publication about domestic violence and indirectly indicated Johnny Depp, or indicated, or I guess, what's the word? Perpetrate. I can't even think of the word, but she basically alluded to the fact that Johnny Depp was the perpetrator in that particular instance. But the problem is that she constantly tried to like say that she wasn't the source, but she was the one that recorded the video, and it was seen and displayed in court. Like, how do you lie about that? Like, it's anyone with eyes and common sense will know that you were the source of that video.
Yeah,
But I digress.
no, it's all good because do you think she will work again in Hollywood after this, or
She's gonna get downgraded from A-list celebrity to B-list celebrity, and then on top of that, she's probably gonna get five like small films. She'll be lucky if she gets a Capital One commercial.
what's a B list celebrity?
It's a lot less priority than an A-list celebrity. Maybe she already is a B-list celebrity
Oh,
because she wasn't
yeah,
really
like
that
an
popular.
independent. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, gotcha. No, it's quite sad, and the Johnny Depp struggled to have work like for 3 years. This was going on, this trial.
Tell me about it. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, and what's next for Johnny Depp?
Probably a big movie. I cannot tell you. He as an actor, I mean, I'm not an actor. I mean, for him being an actor, I would only assume that after he won the court case, he probably got tons of casting calls.
Mm,
So I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me to see he's got a project coming up, or he might do a documentary about the abuse. I mean, that would also, that would make tons of money. Like if you really wanted to milk this, talk about the abuse that you went through in a documentary. I'm sure he's probably getting calls about that. Johnny Depp, hey, want to talk about your abuse? Like what? Why would I want to share that? But he might. I mean, that
yeah.
would be that. I would watch it,
You could watch the whole court case on Rumble for 12 hours of the live stream.
which is interesting.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh yeah, no, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it one bit. I mean, I didn't watch the full court case. I was watching brief highlights and funny edits on YouTube from time to time, but I wasn't really that engaged in the court case. I just knew about it and read a few articles about it. Wasn't anything too crazy, so.
Yeah, it's too depressing.
Well, it's honestly indicative of our society and where we are. Well, it's slightly indicative of society and where we are right now, and how we should start to understand or it's just to understand the balance in relationships and what role people in relationships play, and I guess the influence that they have on each other and the things in that person's life. Like this was going on for 6 years since 2015.
My
Yes,
God.
and it's sad that at that time in that climate, men couldn't really speak up. Even now in this climate, it's difficult for men to speak up because they're called, everything under the sun. Oh man, suck it up, quit being a punk, or she's fine, she's a female. Toxic masculinity rules, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
stupid. It's,
yeah,
yeah. It clearly shows that Amber Heard was a gold digger.
ha, yeah. Well, I won't. Yeah, I can. I don't know what her motive was. I truly don't. And it pains me to see that. I mean, I was also subjected to this kind of treatment in a relationship long time ago. So
Mm-hmm.
I completely understood Johnny's pain. Like,
Mm,
I was put in a position where my manhood was challenged. Uh,
mm,
my finances were drained at the expense of trying to prolong the longevity of a relationship. It wasn't worth it. It was not worth it. And Johnny, the
mm,
dude, has a big heart, and his kindness was taken for granted. Unfortunately, his kindness and
mm,
his money and his influence was taken for granted, all at the expense of giving her more leverage and power in Hollywood. Like, come on now.
yeah.
The Me Too movement was one hell of a thing, and now it's like the tables have turned, or it's not even like the tables have turned. It's always existed. I mean, women. There have been women. Oh well. Let me be delicate with saying this too, because we have delicate ears in the audience. I have known of a few women personally that have shared with me their
Mm,
motives behind why it is that they feel undervalued in society and why it is
mm,
that they feel justified in getting over on their male bosses with exerting female privilege.
mm, yeah. Yeah, materialism.
Well,
That's
it's
what
more
it
than just
is.
materialism. It's more than just that. It's the idea of it's like power grab. It's inferiority over superiority. It's trying to have equality to the extreme. It's so many things. It's a number of things. I mean, materialistic desires, you can push that behind it as one of the underlying motives, but it, it's it's more about I would say leverage.
Yeah.
Women want.
Well, let's look back at the Tiger Woods scandal. Now, I remember that in 2009, every day on the newspapers. Oh my God, a woman claimed this. Ah, how many mistresses just? It was like that was a soap opera. That thing, and that hit him hard, hard financially. That divorce.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah, it's like leave the poor guy alone and just let him play golf.
Well, it takes two to tango. I only
Yeah.
imagine that clearly there was a little bit of tension, perhaps.
Mm.
And the thing is I can't blame it solely on just the women because the men have a choice to leave too. They have a choice to
Mm.
make a decision on the betterment of themselves. And Tiger Wood was no scholar because allegedly he
Mm.
was also out there, having fun, if you know what I mean. Okay.
Mm.
So, with that being the case, it's also up to the men to make that choice. And you have to put your pride aside because it took me that time to really reflect. Like, I had to leave her, like the girl that I was with, because she was so toxic for me. And I was like,
Mm.
I literally can't do this anymore. You're tarnishing my reputation with my friends. You're making me lose money. You're making me feel like I was not happy with the kind of guy that I was when I was with her. And I only
Mm.
imagine with the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett situation, or the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation, or the one you just brought up with Tiger Woods.
Mm.
Relationships like that, they exist. They're real, folks. They're real, okay? But
Mm.
you can make we all have this wonderful thing called discernment, okay? We need to take advantage we need to use discernment in uncomfortable situations to pick out what it is that works and what it is that doesn't. And if
Mm.
it's too much, if it's over consuming to the point at which it starts to create more issues than resolutions, then right then and there you have to make a decision for the betterment of your life. Otherwise, you will continue to suffer. They say suffering is optional. They say pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But you see what the pressure from the media does. I mean, it's like they'll making like I'll use Tiger Woods. They'll making him out to be like he was a criminal and he didn't even do anything wrong. Yeah, we all make mistakes, but why you want to put someone down like that? You know,
Because they're angry, mad people. They're just mad. They're sad people.
it's not the only sportsman to have had affairs. There's heaps of them. John Daly, John Daly, gambling. He had gambling problems, affairs. I'm just quoting from the media, by the way, what I've seen.
Yeah, you got to
It's
be
just,
careful
it's
doing
just,
that too, because media will spew out anything.
yeah. But no, this is the world of finances. Unfortunately, I know on your show you talk a lot about finances.
Indeed, indeed, yeah. I mean, right now this is the world where everyone should be, in a very frugal. Well, by proxy, because of what's happening in the economy, consumers are going to develop a frugal like mindset if they haven't already. I mean, thrifting's becoming more prominent. You have people starting to shop at their local supply stores instead of going to franchises. So franchises are losing money. Target supermarkets like Target, Walmart, and Kroger's are starting to miss out on their monthly as earnings statements, so they're losing money. And people just don't feel confident in shopping like they once used to because of either the scarcity of certain resources at
Yeah,
certain supply chains, or perhaps the inflation, the rise in certain prices for the things, or the things that they would normally acquire. And
yeah,
as a consumer, when you know that you can buy something at a different place but at a lower price, then it's a no brainer. Like if I know that I can get a vacuum that I would ordinarily get at Walmart for $150, but at somewhere else for that exact same model for cheaper, perhaps on Amazon or at another place, let's say Target, for about maybe $50 less, then
mm,
undoubtedly I will shop there. So what's going to happen as a result of this is what they call deflation. Deflation basically indicates that over after price has reached after inflation has reached its peak, eventually
mm,
consumers, these retail stores, are going to have so much inventory that they're going to have to start reducing the prices on their inventory in order to get rid of their inventory. So you already noticed with stores like Target that are already having clearance sales. Eventually, you're going to start seeing more clearance sales in places like Walmart. Eventually, stores are going to start doing it online, and before you know it, I mean, Black Friday's going to be looking pretty nice. So they're
well, I
going to have to get rid of
noticed.
inventory.
I noticed today on Amazon things were reduced by 20-30%.
See, now you already see it.
Yeah.
So
But I do think, I mean, this is, I think corporations do this with control. This is how they control people to spend money. And then they could just put those prices back up double if they want.
they could, but they want to make money. So in order to continue revenue at a stable increase, to balance out your spreadsheets, your balance sheets, of course, your income statements, and
Mm,
your monthly statements, your earnings, and for your shareholders, you have to take the necessary action. And right now, shareholders are very concerned due to the volatility in the market and due to recent CPI data, Consumer Price Index data, which measures a basket of domestic. I'm sorry, that's GDP data. CPI data basically measures how much consumers are spending and where are a vast majority of their expenses going, which in this case right now in this inflationary environment is going towards energy, commodities, retail goods, and inflation. It recently last month it indicated CPI data indicated 8.3%. And this weekly data, this monthly data, it just came out actually yesterday or today, indicated a 8.6 increase. Now, financial analysts have said, and I believe that this is the case, that CPI data will eventually inflation is slowing down, but it doesn't mean that it's going to stop. It's just going to go up a little less. Because there
mm,
was a few months ago when inflation was at 7.9% and it jumped up to 8.4%. And now it jumped up 0.3% this month, which indicates that inflation is still happening, but it's just happening slower. And what this will
mm.
do is create a chain effect of stagnation, at least a little bit of stagflation. And God forbid we go into a recession, that inflation number will it will cease to continue. That is until the Federal Reserve finishes doing their interest rate hikes or easing or reducing quantitative easing into the economy, reducing liquidity into the economy. So gonna have to play this one by ear, Stephen. Gonna have to play this one by ear. But with that being said, I do appreciate sincerely, because I did not expect to be on here this long, the time that you have yielded me to speak with you on this wonderful. What is today? Friday? Oh my God, it's Friday.
Yeah,
Friday morning. Well, thank you. Well, it's Friday morning for me, but probably Friday evening for you.
yeah. No, always great to have you on the show. I'll definitely try and get on your show as much as you can. Or just send me
Yeah,
a
please do.
message.
Please do. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you. So you take care, man. You have a blessed day. Peace out.
You too. Bye. All right, that was a great chat with Malcolm. He's a regular on the Stephen Shields radio show. It's always great having him on. And go and check out Malcolm's show as well. I think it's called Topics with Mac. Is it Topics with Malcolm? It's a good show. I've been on the show a couple times on Wisdom, and Malcolm goes really in depth and in detail with finances, which is really cool. Really interesting topics about finances in the economy, and how you know can explain how the economy works without an economist you see on CNN or NBC talking very fast, and you don't have an idea on what they're going on about. At least I don't. Talking about all these crazy numbers, I'm like, what? All I want to know is if, as an investor, do I get a return on my investment? That's how I see it. But I guess it's one step at a time. Like questions I would have for well, I'm an investor myself. I'm using uh, app called Spaceship Voyager, yet while in my portfolio investing in Facebook. Now, myself as an investor, I'm not happy with investing $5 into Facebook. I'd rather, I don't, that's the thing when you invest into these companies where they have multiple portfolios. Well, it's like you don't get a say in what shares and what stocks they sell. Now, I'm not a economist. I'm not a financial expert. I pretty much just do investing, stock market investing, just as a hobby to play around with it. But you never know. It could turn into a success in the future. You never know. I mean, because Bitcoin lost a bit of value, the whole world's freaking out, Bitcoin dropping value, yet I think it was 10 odd years ago when Bitcoin started, people thought it was not even going to last. The problem with the stock market is I don't even watch stock market news, actually. For me, it's just, I got other things to do. I'm not going to sit and watch an economist talking about this share's gone up by 10 cents and point blank this and that. It just gets confusing. Really just gets confusing. But again, you got to know what you're doing, and that was the best advice that I got given. As an investor, entrepreneur, was, you got to know what you are investing in. Is the biggest challenge that you will have, is knowing what you are investing in. It can be investing in yourself as well. Definitely invest in yourself. Like investing in yourself as in education is one thing. Investing in yourself is like investing in your business. You need tools for the business. Would you rather invest in yourself or invest in the stock market? There's real estate, if you can invest in real estate. One day. But, it's always good listening to the Ramsey show, watching it on Rumble. Get to learn a lot about finances. I'm not someone, I never studied economics. Quite frankly, finances, in my perspective, have been, a weakness, and I've had to learn the hard way. Sometimes learning the hard way is the best. You're on the Stephen Shields radio show right now on Wisdom, on this fantastic social audio app. I am all the way in Sydney, Australia, hosting a show. And right now, it is 11:03 p.m. in Sydney, Australia. So the point was, when I was talking about being shadow banned, it's definitely, made me feel like that I've been cut off from the world. It has. It's made, things hard for me to get noticed. It's made things hard for me to be seen. It's pretty much I'm on the B list, where I should be a A-list celebrity, not a B-list celebrity. I'm an A-list celebrity. I'm on top of the food chain. However, clearly when you have Democrats who want to control the media companies, and make it virtually impossible to be seen because of their influences politically. And the Democrats will never tell you that, how they are influencing tech companies. Now, why is that? Why is it when you want to tell the truth, you get shadow banned? You know that. There's alternatives for me. I use Webtalk. That's what I like about Webtalk. It allows me to, monetize my social media presence. Very simple. Get paid to socialize. So, and what a wonderful way. Is to get paid to socialize on social media. You know that. It gets to the point where you find that your passion and your work that you have will help you keep going despite shadow banning. Now, I would like shadow banning to stop. Is what I would like. Because shadow banning is evil. It's made life difficult for me. There is no need for shadow banning with tech companies, okay? There is no need for it. And shadow banning needs to stop. Alright? You gotta understand that when certain media don't like what you say, don't like who you agree with politically, you get shadow banned. And it's happened to me. I knew, I don't know, after, say, 6 months with my Instagram, Facebook page, where I'm receiving no traffic at all, I'm getting no engagement from an algorithm, something, dodgy is going on. Something really dodgy is going on. With tech companies. So there's one thing that I do have. It's called talent. Okay? I mean, talent is something that, you know, you can't buy talent, alright? You can't. The thing about it like this, when you want to see how you want to view yourself, when you have talent and you have the heart, you will find things to get you where you want to go. You know that. I just think that what you want in life, we all start off small. We all got to crawl before we got to walk. Okay? That's life. Just take one small step at a time. And find that hey, I am the best content creator that I am. I mean, okay, patience is a virtue. I mean, I agree. When you have patience is a virtue. But these evil tech companies who want to make it personal with me and not care and not give me a right to speak up, and get heard. I mean, that's not cool. That to me is just really pathetic. That's why you got to reprogram your subconscious mind to stop these evil tech companies taking over your life. You know that. Because I know at the end of the day, I'm the winner. I'm the one who will be on top. That's how it will roll for me. I will be the one on top of the world. I will be the one who says, I've done it, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, and I just keep on going, keep on manifesting success, keep on producing great quality work, and keep up the entrepreneurial spirit is what I believe in doing. And sharing my wisdom as well. Getting my voice heard out there. I mean, don't be afraid to stand up for your rights with tech companies. Don't be afraid to, get out of your comfort zone with tech companies. Don't be afraid to, say, hey, I have a right to be noticed with my work because the time and energy I'm putting in to creating my content, building my brand, building my business, okay, is what I believe in doing. Working hard, like hard work is great. But it will only get you so far with financial backing is what you need. You need to have the financial backing behind you. When you do, life becomes much more easy. You are you. You are your brand. Do not be afraid of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat for telling you you have no right to be here. Because if the work you are doing is amazing work, you have a right to be heard and not shadow banned and not buried and not bullied by an algorithm telling you that you will never make it in life. Because I'm to the point where I'm fed up with it, okay? I, wanted to stop. I want it to, end, and it needs to end now. It needs to end now, guys. Shadow banning is evil. It hurts. It hurts my brand. But you know what, at the end of the day, I'm the one who's going to be the winner in life. This is why I guess the power of the mind is, is very important. It is very important, the power of the mind. And when you want it, you'll get it. And trust me on this, you'll get it. The thing about, visualizing where you want to go as well, when you see it in your mind's eye, and you see it happening at the same time, it's one step closer to success. No matter how many books we read, how much study that we put in, until we have practical use of our time, and we find that, hey, my brand is my true brand. So if you're shadow banning me, I'm just going to keep coming back. I'm just going to keep coming back. I'm just going to keep producing the best content that I have as a content creator. And I'm just going to keep going. I mean, when you find that you want it bad enough, you can do it. I mean, I guess, rejection is a part of life. Rejection is going to happen. And we need to have thick skin as well, is what we need. Entrepreneurs, the mind, the power of the mind, the power of the subconscious mind is there. Clearly, we've seen a lot of these lawsuits going on, this week with Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, or was it last week? I don't remember. But what I do remember is this, that when people just want to get so greedy to the point, it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. You know that. You've got the Democrats, okay, who are making these issues out to be like it's nothing, when there clearly is a problem. Think about it. The left are denying the problems of shadow banning. At least for me. And speak up. File a complaint to these tech companies. Stand your ground against Google, Yahoo, MSN, MSNBC, CNN, ABC, Channel 9, what else? Channel 10, SBS. Because a lot of the left-wing news media deny problems, deny shadow banning. Matter of fact, the left is causing shadow banning. Now think about that. You know, I have a podcast called The Stephen Shields Radio Show, okay? And the way I see it is, I love my brand. I believe in my brand. Alright? I believe in myself. Because you gotta believe in yourself. Alright? One thing that I get fed up with is when Facebook keep changing all the time. Keep changing their terms and conditions, their guidelines. I'm like, it gets to the point where I'm wondering, well, why do you keep changing your terms and conditions for? What for? What are you hiding that you don't want the public to know about? Because clearly they're hiding from us. I believe that there's secrets. Mark Zuckerberg has that he's not willing to share. And I hope Congress can say, hey, you've got to pull your head in and start thinking, people who are like starting out, just remember, you started out from the bottom and you had to work your way up to the top. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of college. So, I just hope that, get a fresh start in life. And just keep going as well. No matter how much inflation we have, how much, bad shit that's going on in the world, you find your voice and your true calling and your true path for success, okay? You find where you want to go. You find who you are. You manifest your success. There are solutions to stop shadow banning. Look for other platforms. Don't rely on these big tech companies who want to keep changing all the time. You know that? Don't rely on, one platform to monetize. Look for other platforms to monetize as well. Don't let what I call people who want to destroy your dream put you down because of shadow banning. Okay? You be you. At the end of the day. And let's think there's something we can do. And it's yes, we can. Because you can win this fight against the Democrats, against the left-wing media and news companies like CNN, NBC, ABC, Channel 9, Channel 10, SBS, you know. Because when you have a purpose in your life, you want to get that goal, you want what you want, go and get it. Go and be the best musician that you can. Go and be the best you that you can in these times. Go and look for ways to monetize and add value to your work. Have you ever heard of the term having a vision for success? And just be you. Be you in your work, in your mission, in your purpose. Find your simple path and your simple life. And your original work for success. Let's stop this shadow banning. Let's find ways that we can overcome this problem. Let's work hard together and create the best work that we can. You know, because you can do it. What you put your mind to, okay, you can achieve. Now think about it like this. Think about it like this, guys. Just, you know, find your voice and be able to speak up straight away in order to stop the use of shadow banning with tech companies around the world. Now, if there's anyone who's listening right now and would like to come and say hi and, you know, be on the Stephen Shields radio show, you're most welcome to. If you've had an experience with shadow banning in the past, or if you have been shadow banned right now, yeah, please let me know, and let me know if you have any tips on how to, you know, move on from being shadow banned in life. Because, you know, I am me, and I am me. And that's who I am. I am me. Okay? I want to work hard. Alright? I want to, you know, live the best life that I can live. Right? I want to. Just keep going is all you can do. Is just keep going. And look out for yourself. And look out for, you know, your mental health. That's very important these days. Mental health. You know, can either make you or break you. Now, as someone like myself, you know, who has struggled with mental health, it gets hard. But it doesn't stop me from, you know, going out to find my true calling and my passion in life. You know that. I'm someone who will stand by in what I believe in and what I believe is right. Alright? I like to have the truth from tech companies to stop shadow banning me. And honestly, they should be telling you why you're being shadow banned, guys. Is what I think they should be doing. They should explain it to you, not go behind your back and shadow ban you, alright? Because it's just not cool, shadow banning. It is not cool at all. It is evil. It is disrespect, alright? And it's just not cool, shadow banning. It needs to end. You know that. I think that tech companies need to start cracking down on these issues of shadow banning. And look at ways that to stop. And find, hey, I have a right for my voice to be heard by the general public. You know that. And this is like my passion of society and culture, basically, on the Stephen Shields radio show, is what I have. A passion about society and culture and what's going on in life and on this earth. Because this is an amazing episode of the Stephen Shields radio show. I'd really like to say thank you to all my listeners who just stopped by, swiping through. You know, I wish everyone all the best, and bye for now.